Well, when you have the kind of weather we had today with snow and sleet, air travel isn't much fun. Unless you happen to run across a man named Keith Burleson. As we learn in tonight's Making a Difference report, he seems to make troubles for passengers at Lambert just fly away. When you think of the airport, you think of hustle and bustle. But these days, the hustle has been replaced by hassle.
Oh, a little bit aggravating.
Long flights are often preceded by long lines and long delays.
They kept moving it up, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
But inside Terminal 2 at Lambert in St. Louis,
have a nice day, ma'am.
In a sea of irritable, you can find a one-man island of amiable.
Have a good day, ma'am. I want to treat everybody like it's my mother.
Keith Burleson is a line monitor.
Hi, how are you? May I see your boarding pass, please?
It's his job to answer questions and help travelers get where they're going.
Right this way, please. Have a great trip.
He really works as an ambassador for the airport.
He says his goal is to put the fun
life is good
back into flying.
You're special. You get to go to a special line. They'll say something grumpy. I said, man, you sound like one of my ex-wives. And can I help you?
Burleson is a 54-year-old St. Louis area native who had hopes of being a globetrotter.
Have a good day. I wanted to travel. I just wanted to see different parts of the world. Here we go. Let's rock and roll.
He actually went through flight attendant training, but he was grounded after being diagnosed with epilepsy.
Okay, you guys ready?
Some might be bitter, but not Keith.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's always out there every day in front of the line with a smile on, no matter how his day's going on outside of work.
In fact, at Lambert, there's an ongoing campaign for all employees called Catch Us Giving.
One of the things that we want to do here is to stand out in the customer service area.
Passengers who choose to take the time to fill out comment cards, and over the past year, it seems everybody has been writing about Keith Burleson. Here are just a couple of examples of what people are saying about Keith. Keith was wonderful. This man was so kind and helpful to me. You don't find many people who want to go the extra mile. He was awesome.
If you guys just show me your boarding pass, I'll be glad to tell you which line to go to.
Recently, there was a message on Keith's phone summoning him to the boss's office.
It said, tell Keith to come to the office. I have to talk to him immediately. You know, like...
But the news wasn't bad. It was good. Keith was named Lambert Airport's Ambassador of the Year.
They gave me like a $250 cash Visa card. You know, and I'm like, sweet. Okay, you're welcome to go to this line right here. Hi there, sir.
He immediately sent the gift card to his youngest daughter, who's having twins.
You know, you can take the empty bottle inside and refill it, save yourself $4.
So the next time you're passing through Terminal 2...
Take your time. I get paid by the hour. May I just see your boarding pass, please?
Remember the guy who tries to cheer up...
She claimed you today. You're going to have a good day.
The fed up.
If I can get them to have one smile, it might be the only one they have all day, and I feel like I've accomplished something.
Keith Burleson putting friendly back into the friendly skies.
You guys have a good trip.
Keith works for the AirServe Corporation, which supports both Lambert and all the airlines that fly there. Jefferson Barracks has been a national cemetery since 1866. Heroes from the war in Afghanistan all the way back to the Revolutionary War are buried there. And as we learned tonight in my Making a Difference report, that great company is in good hands. Like soldiers, the tombstones march up the hills of this hallowed ground, saluted in silence by dignity and respect. This is Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery in South St. Louis County, where nearly 200,000 heroes are given rest. But the rest doesn't come easy. Taking care of the sprawling 331 acres are caretakers with a sense of duty.
We have like 37 out in the field, we have 13 in the office, and they just do a tremendous job.
All those in uniform here used to wear a different uniform.
Yes, sir. I served in Iraq 2004, Al Taqaddum and on the Najaf.
We have all served in the military. Just keep working him down that line there.
And just as in the service, these veterans go through training because their work often requires painstaking precision.
In the military, we say attention to detail, and it's the same out here. Everything is attention to detail.
Through freeze or thaw, rain or snow, a soldier can fall out of line. These are the men and women who set them straight.
They're fine-tuning and aligning is what this is called.
According to the standards here, 90% of the headstones have to be in perfect alignment, but 100% is always the goal.
Yeah, take that back just a little bit.
On average, there are 19 burials a day, 5 days a week here at Jefferson Barracks, making this the 5th busiest national cemetery in the country.
We only have one chance to do it right. Only one. We don't have any do-overs, is what we say.
Behind every stone here is a story. On this day, Air Force veteran Joe Hager came with his daughter and grandson to visit his wife Mary.
Out of the cemetery, they say perpetual care, but it never happens. This one, you know it's going to be here.
The family takes great comfort that she's buried here.
It means the world to me because I wanted her resting place to be somewhere beautiful.
For the most part, the laborers here try to stay in the background and out of the way. There are times, though, when a family says thank you in their time of grief, that it's impossible to keep your distance.
All of us here at one time or another gets kind of choked up with emotion, you know, that it's overwhelming sometimes.
There are few other places where quiet speaks such volumes, reminding us that freedom isn't free. But after watching out for us, perhaps it's some comfort to know that our heroes now have someone watching out for them. As one of the caretakers told me, we just want families to leave here knowing that their loved one is taken care of. Each week we tell you about a special person who is making a difference in our community. But today, something a little different. Perhaps the Belleville woman you're about to meet makes a difference just by her example, because she's not the type to just put up her feet. Esther Smith has always been a material girl.
I made my own clothes, a lot of my own clothes.
She knows all the angles, which is something you might expect from someone who just turned 100 years old. But here's something you might not expect. Every Saturday night, Esther still parties like it's 1949.
Oh, she is fantastic.
She may have been born the year the foxtrot was invented, but on the dance floor at the Belleville, Illinois Moose Lodge, you can still see her swing and salsa. But her favorite step?
Waltzing.
Waltzing.
I love to waltz.
She put on her dancing shoes at the age of 8 because her dad was in the local band.
He played guitar.
She loved the music, and her feet just followed. In fact, she met her husband at where else but a dance hall.
He asked me to dance, and after that, we just kept on dancing.
Among their group of movers and shakers, Walter and Esther were as well known as Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire.
Well, I knew that Grandma and Grandpa were going dancing on Saturday night. That was for sure.
When Walter died in 1987, after 52 years of marriage, she sat out a few, but not for long.
And they had one of those circle dances where you dance with whoever you got facing you when the music stops. Guess who?
For the last 15 years, her dance partner has been her friend, Ron Nystrom. It works because to keep up with Esther, she needed a much younger man. Ron is just 73.
While she remembers the past, she doesn't live there. And she's willing to look for a tomorrow.
Happy birthday! Recently at the Moose Lodge, they were singing a different tune. Happy birthday to you. They celebrated Esther's 100th birthday.
Thank you very much.
I keep asking her, what are you doing right? I don't know.
She never did it for gain. She never did it for money. She never did it to be a professional. Just something that kept her happy.
Okay, here goes.
Her secret to a long life, she says, is find your passion and stick with it.
Keep busy, not sit around,
And dance?
And dance.
Esther Smith, 100 years old and never out of step.
She outdoes anybody. I don't care what age they are.
Her actual birthday was more than a week ago, so happy birthday to Esther. A reminder, If you have a fun, positive story, or if you know of an individual that's making a difference and will touch our hearts, let me know personally at mbush@ksdk.com.
Esther is amazing. Thanks, Mike.
You plan them weeks in advance. You send out invitations, you buy gifts. You want to make your child's birthday special. Well, on tonight's Making a Difference report, you'll meet a local woman who throws hundreds of birthday parties a year. She does it for kids who don't always feel special on their birthdays. When you're a kid, there's nothing quite like it. The cake, the presents, the noise. Is there any day you look forward to more than your birthday?
Here we go.
Well, for some kids, life is no party.
Unfortunately, on her actual 15th birthday, she became homeless.
Beth Brockling is talking about Shaylee Taylor, her little sister through the organization Big Brothers Big Sisters. Things had become so desperate. For Shaylee's 15th birthday, she and her family slept in the car.
So I went to my friends on Facebook and I said, hey, can anyone help me just give her a little bit of comfort on her birthday?
Her friends gave from the heart, and Beth gave Shaylee a party. It turned out to be an invitation to so much more.
I said, there's a lot of kids that are going without birthdays.
Thus began Sweet Celebrations, a nonprofit that throws birthday parties for kids in homeless shelters. When the organization first started, they were celebrating a birthday here and a birthday there. Now it's up to 300 birthdays a year.
She has a giver's heart. She's just willing to go above and beyond to make these kids happy on their birthday.
With help from volunteers, today at the Gateway 180 shelter, Beth is putting on 2 parties. One for 4-year-old Ashton and another for his 11-year-old brother Martrell. You're here for a birthday party? For you? How do you feel about that?
Good. A lot of work goes into these parties. We have a party planning that we do once a month.
And remember Shaylee, the reason this all started? Well, she and her family are back on their feet, and she sees Beth all the time. In fact, Shaylee helps plan all the parties as a Sweet Celebrations volunteer.
It makes me happy because of the fact that I can sit there and throw parties for these kids who are homeless, knowing that I was in that same boat, knowing that somebody cared enough to actually do it for me.
Little celebrations with a big impact, and one woman's faith that in the end, a birthday is really a new beginning.
It just touches my heart. It really does.
Sweet Celebrations is funded thanks to donations of money, time, materials, even cakes. If you're interested in helping, we can link you to their website when you go to the story on the Making a Difference page at ksdk.com. And a reminder, if you know of a story that will touch people's hearts, let me know by email at mbush@ksdk.com. It's been 1 year.